Hello and welcome back. My name is Sherry and this is So Sherry Sews. Today I'll be reviewing a free pattern that I got from the Mood Fabrics website. This is the Camarillo cardigan and the Magdalene midi skirt. And so for this pattern, I sewed it out of a Ponte fabric that I got from EKB Textiles. If you look in my previous videos, I have an unboxing or a fabric haul from EKB, and I talk about my plans for 2026 on some of the projects I like to do. So this is the first project from that stash of fabric that I acquired. So I'm going to read the description directly from the website, Mood Fabrics, on the two garment pieces. It says the Camarillo cardigan was created as a true wardrobe anchor. Its sleek, refined silhouette is elevated by pronounced princess seams that contour the body and create a clean, elongated line. Designed to layer effortlessly, it is the kind of piece you want draped over the back of your chair, ready to throw on when the office air turns crisp, or when you want to instantly look more put together without changing your entire outfit. The Magdalene midi skirt brings quiet drama through its elegant trumpet-shaped skimming the hips before gently flaring out at the hem. It is thoughtfully designed for transitional seasons when styling flexibility matters most. In cooler months, pair it with boots and a cozy sweater for a refined winter look. As spring approaches, style it with platform sandals and a tank top sewn in the same ponte for a sleek, coordinated set that feels effortless yet intentional. Together, the Camarillo cardigan and the Magdalene midi skirt form a versatile knit ensemble that moves seamlessly from work to weekends. From structured mornings to relaxed evenings, it is the pattern set made for real life where comfort, confidence, and timeless style deserve equal space in your wardrobe. I think that is a very fitting description of these two pattern pieces, and I agree. So, I sewed these patterns out of Ponte knit, and everything went okay for the most part, but I do want to talk about some of the changes that I made to the garments to make them fit my body better. So the easiest adjustments that I made for the Magdalene skirt, for this pattern, I cut a XL size at the waist, grading to a 2XL at the hip. When I created the skirt, real easy, it's 3 pieces, the front, back, and then one long waistband. After I sewed it together and tried it on, I feel like I can probably adjust the waistband and take off maybe 1 to 1.5 inches. I think it needs to be a little snugger, but other than that, everything was really straightforward. Sewing the seams down the side. Something interesting that I didn't realize on this pattern until I began sewing it is that you do finish a lot of the hems with stitch witchery. So nothing against stitch witchery. I prefer a more clean look with serging and then stitching, but I can see in certain parts in the garment where a more clean look would be better. And since Ponte is not going to fray, I can understand the choice of using stitch witchery. So with the skirt, the waistband is sewn, the side seams are sewn. I did not serge, but the bottom hem I did as suggested and hemmed it with stitch witchery. So we'll see how long that lasts. I don't think it's going anywhere, but I will let that hem slide because it does look really nice clean. So moving on to the Camarillo cardigan, the adjustments that I made, starting with the sleeve, I have a longer arm, so I usually end up adding a little bit of length to it. So I added 1 inch to the sleeve. When sewing the sleeve, you complete the sleeve and then you insert it. But before inserting it, I did try it on first. And if you look at the photos of the lady modeling it, I know it has a more looser fit, but I think with the construction of the front, the arm was too loose on me and it looked a little sloppy. So the adjustments that I made, I ended up taking 1 inch from the underarm seam for just the front and the back piece for the arm. So a total of 2 inches is what I ended up taking off of the sleeve. And then I made the adjustment under the arm, also taking in 2 inches, stopping at about 5 inches, grading it back out to the original size that I had for the garment. And I think that worked well. The arm wasn't snug. I think it did pretty well. You can look at the photos and let me know if you think otherwise. But I think if I would have left it at the original measurements with those additional 2 inches, that it would have looked a little sloppy. So that's the changes I made on the arm. Also on the hem of the sleeve, if you look at the instructions on Mood's website, even in the instructions, they said at first they sewed the hem, but then they looked at it and didn't like the look of it and ended up picking it out and just finished it with stitch witchery to make it a more clean look. I opted to stitch. I did 2 rows of stitching just because I know it's the wrist and a lot more movement there, and I want to make sure that this can hold up for a while. So looking at it more, I'm still debating if I like that. I might go back and pick it out. I'm not sure. If anything, I made an error for the stitch length. I used a 3.0 for all my top stitching. And when I got to the sleeve, for whatever reason, I forgot to adjust it. So the stitch is a little bit shorter. I think if it was just a little bit longer, it would look better. So I think I might make that adjustment. I'm not sure yet if I want to take out those 2 rows of stitchings on both of the cuffs to make that adjustment, but we'll see. All right, so with sewing the back of the cardigan, I am not sure what happened here. So I stitched the front pieces together, the back, and then you stitch those together at the shoulders, and then you add in the already assembled front and back neck facing. Could not think of the word. So when I stitched in the facing, I pressed it, and when I went to try on the cardigan before I moved further, for whatever reason, at the top of the neck, it went up like in a hump, like a humpback. I don't know why I was not laying properly. So I went back and I picked it out, and I ended up adjusting the back neckline. I lowered it 1.5 inches, and now it lays very good. And since I had to make that adjustment, I also had to redraft the back facing to fit that adjustment. In my unboxing video, I talked about the front of the cardigan. It has a more like straight across neckline, and I thought it would look better on me if it was lowered slightly. So when I sewed the front the front of the garment, I did lower the neckline only by 0.5 inches. And so with doing that, I also had to adjust the facing. I had to draft a new one so that it could flow properly. But once I made those adjustments, turned out really good. Look at the photos. You tell me if you think those adjustments did it justice or if I should have left the neckline a little bit higher. But I think it's very complimentary. Let's see. Other additions that I made to the garment. So with this garment, you have the 2 front pieces on each side, and then you have top stitching. And then the back is 1 center piece and 2 side pieces, and you have just top stitching. That's the only top stitching that it has on the garment. For the front facing and the neck facing, this is secured with stitch witchery. And again, nothing against those users of stitch witchery, but I want something a little bit more secure. So I opted to make 2 rows of top stitching along the facing, across the back neckline, and all the way down. I started my top stitching 1 inch away from the edge, and I think that looked really nice. I'll show some photos of it up close. I think it makes the outfit look a lot better. So those were the other adjustment. So with the high neckline on the pattern, it calls for a total of 10 18mm buttons, which is a lot. I don't always follow the button guides on garments. What I always start with is the button that's going to go across the bust to make sure that there's no gaping. And then from there, I'll measure and space the buttons accordingly. So instead of using 10 18mm buttons on my garment, I use a total of 7 18mm buttons. And looking at it, it looks very proportionate. I think 10 might have been too much, even if I added that 0.5 inch back to the neckline. That looks like a lot. I think if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know any better. You would just think the garment just called for 7 buttons. The buttons I opted to use, which is always a challenging time, I think, when making a garment, choosing the button. It's a very nice gold tone. It's a rose. I really like these buttons. I purchased these buttons actually on Temu. Temu has a lot of different unique buttons that you can purchase. If you're not in a hurry to get the buttons, it might be worth looking into, maybe gathering a few that you like, so that once you come to a project that requires buttons, you have a better selection. You might also have better fabric stores in your area that might be closer to you, that you can easily get your hands on a better selection. In my area, I do not have a great store that has a large button selection unless I travel a little bit further out, and that's not always practical for me. So I have no problem with placing an order for buttons and just waiting for them to show up. So those were all the adjustments that I made on the Moods pattern, the Camarillo cardigan and the Magdalene midi skirt. With those adjustments, I think it looks very nice and clean. It took me a while to construct it, like I said, just because I kept making the adjustments. But now that the adjustments are made, I know that the pattern is golden and it's going to fit for me. Now, would I sew this again? At first, I said, I don't know, probably not. But after I wore it out and saw how it looked, I think I would sew it again. I really like the way that the cardigan fits. If anything, I believe what I want to do is make it in a black ponte, but I want to pair it with pants instead. I think that would look really nice. And I would also choose a statement button for that. I think that would be really good. Let me get your opinion. Do you think that would be a nice pairing it with pants instead of the trumpet style skirt? And the trumpet skirt is very nice as well. I mean, I could see making both, pairing them up, switching them out. And like I mentioned in my unboxing video, I think the lowering of the neckline just a little bit gives it open to more options. So it's not just strictly wearing this with that skirt. I can see wearing this with something else. I can see wearing it open with the blouse underneath. I see a lot more options than having that straight across. So I will take you to the mannequin as well as show you a few close-up videos, and then you can let me know what you think. All right, to really appreciate the garment and the detail. So again, these buttons that I got were from Temu, nice rows, and you can see the top stitching that I added. I did 2 rows, and this is going along the front of the garment. Nice detail, I believe. Originally with the pattern, the only top stitching that you will have is located right here on the front pieces, as well as on the back, the top stitching here. And again, I opted to add the top stitching to go along the front, all the way to the back. And so this helps to secure the facing. I did not finish the inside of the neckline. I just, oops, she's trying to wheel away. I just left the edge, but again, it's ponte, so it should not fray. But I think this turned out really well. Give you a little bit of a closer look. Something else that I did, for the spacing, I looked at another cardigan that I have, and with that cardigan, all the buttons were vertical. The buttonholes were vertical, and the top buttonhole was horizontal. So I opted to try that with this garment, and I think it still looks very good. But I think those buttons really do give it a unique touch. I believe this silhouette is timeless. In the event that you think the buttons are a little bit dated, you can always simply change those out to suit whatever time period it is that you're wearing this garment. But I really appreciate the top stitching. I think that it really makes the garment look a lot better. And then I failed to mention, there is top stitching on the sleeve. And then it has a slight pleat detail. As you can see, these stitches are so much shorter. For the other top stitching, I used a 3.0, and I forgot to change it on the sleeve. So I might change that, I might not. It still looks really good. Let me know your thoughts. All right, so thank you for taking the time out to see my review on Mood's pattern, the Camarillo cardigan and the Magdalene midi skirt. Very sleek, clean. I think this can be a very timeless outfit. I can see longevity in your wardrobe. Made out of Ponte, good recovery, nice make. If you enjoyed this video, please take the time out to hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Give me some feedback. Would you make this outfit? If so, what color would you choose? Do you think you would make the same adjustments, lowering the neckline a little bit possibly? Or do you think you'd leave it straight across? You think 10 buttons would be fitting? You think the 7 buttons look good? Give me some feedback. Let me know you watched the video. If you think that somebody else would enjoy my video and you feel inclined to, share it. As always, I appreciate you taking the time out. Oh, sorry, last thing. The outfit, the shirt that I'm wearing is actually a Butterick pattern. This is Butterick B6665. You can see that it has a couple of different variations on it, and it has a little tie for the front. I just double knotted it. I sewed it out of a African wax print, but this is a 100% polyester wax print. So very pretty. No fading is going to happen out of this polyester. Very nice fabric, lays really good. So again, thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. Take a moment, like, make a comment, subscribe, and I'd appreciate it. Until next time, take care.